Welcome back to another episode of the My Perspective podcast with your host, Ron B, aka Duran. We are here for another banger. So, guys, this episode, what I really want to get into, something that really been on my mind for a minute now that I've been meaning to talk to y'all about. Ever since probably like even last couple months back, maybe like even like a couple years back when I was doing another podcast. We kind of deep dived into that, but I want to kind of dive into it on a more deeper level if I can with y'all. About how I feel like social media kind of ruined the concept of reality for a lot of us, right? So a lot of times when you hear these kind of conversations, people kind of just give you the surface level answers about it, which is they're not wrong about it. They kind of tell you this and that, but I'm going to give you my perspective about it and how I feel like the media kind of ruined the reality for a lot of us as people, especially in the means to relationships, just how we interact with people on a day-to-day basis, even how we communicate with each other. So first thing that I want to get into, right? Relationships nowadays are not how they used to be. Now, when I say that, let me preface this, right? If you look at how dating is now in today's day and age and everybody having a social media account and everybody having a phone versus how it probably was, let's say 20, 30, 40 years ago, where you actually had to go out and meet people and interact with them. It's a lot different now, right? So you kind of tend to see how it's convenient for us to meet up with each other and kind of interact on a social level, if you want to use that term. And I think there's benefits and there's also setbacks to it, being that yes, it's a lot easier to communicate with people when it comes to having socials, because it's more so it eliminates the idea of being in proximity with somebody or having to go out and interact with people amongst yourselves or amongst everybody. I should say that. Let me preface that. But it's like when you are so limited to just your phone and limited to just that screen, you kind of lose sense of what reality is and how it actually means or what it is to interact with people on a day-to-day basis. That's why a lot of us, we can't even fucking hold a conversation for 5-10 minutes when we're out with somebody without looking at our phone, because we're so accustomed, we've trained ourselves to, my phone is like that's like my lifeline. Without it, I can't survive. It's nothing. That's one thing. Another thing about it is when it comes to, I feel like a lot of the expectations when it comes to dating, I feel like social media really ruined that, because a lot of times we, as people, we have our favorite celebrities that a lot of us, not me, but you kind of see a lot of these people idolize. So they kind of compare their relationships and to what a celebrity's relationship is, right? So let me put it like this. It's easy to say, well, this celebrity, their relationship that they have with person A is going like this, and that. But what they kind of just don't show you all the time is the bad that goes on or the everything that's behind the scenes when the cameras are off. So a lot of times people want to preface or base their relationship off of the idea of what their favorite celebrity and their relationship is. So that's why you kind of tend to see these unrealistic expectations that it comes to the dating scene, not just on one side, but it's on both sides for man and woman. I'll speak on both sides of that, right? So a lot of time with these girls, you kind of see, they'll tell you, and it's not, I'll say this. If it doesn't apply to you, then take what I'm going to say with a grain of salt. If it's not applicable to you, excuse me. But there are girls out there who have like these unrealistic expectations for guys. It's like, you want a man who is 6 feet, which the percentage of men who are 6 feet is very slim to none, bro. That's just what the reality of the situation is. You want somebody who makes a large amount of money, who has a great income, who is great in bed and this, and that. It's just the expectations that you want of this. You basically want a perfect nigga, but it's really no such thing as a perfect nigga because everybody has their flaws, right? Everybody can't fuck. Everybody ain't 6 feet. Everybody ain't gonna have a good paying job. Everybody gonna have a no gay shit, but a big dick. Like shit, like everybody ain't gonna have shit like that, bro. So it's like you gotta take what you can, and it's about compromise. Life is about people. And if you have the inability to be able to compromise when it comes to the dating scene, then you're just gonna be asked out expecting these fucking outlandish expectations, and the chances of you actually finding somebody who's gonna meet that shit is slim to none, bro. That's just what the situation is, and that's the whole premise of what I'm trying to get people to understand. It's like you sit here and you'll see stuff like this. I'll see stuff like this on Twitter, bro. Or they'll be like, oh, if your man can't, I don't know, fucking if you're going 50-50 with a man, then that's not your man, that's your roommate. Like shit like that. But people don't understand, bro. The time with the economy is right now, bro, it's hard. Like being a sole provider for somebody, bro, is insanely hard. Not just for yourself, but like it's let alone it's hard to provide for yourself. Now you have to provide for another fucking human being who's able-bodied and has the ability to work. And they'll just sit there and tell you that, well, if you're going 50-50 with a man, then that's not your man, that's a roommate. Like niggas will really sit here and tell you that shit. And these girls like be just taking all that shit in and really believing and applying that. It's like, yo, bro, even those conversations get tiring too. But it's like, I see those things and it's like, yo, do people actually understand like how it actually is in the real world? Like what it's like? Like the chances of you making enough money to be able to provide for you and your partner in today's day and climate with the economy, how shit is, it's slim to none, bro. So it's a lot of times people base their expectations off of the slim to none. It's like, well, if it happened for person X, then it could happen for person me. Me as an individual. But it's like everybody isn't that person X, if you get what I'm trying to say. Now, even for guys, like I say that as for men, for us, a lot of times our expectations are out there when it comes to girls too. Like it's like, yo, bro, you want a girl who's gonna cook, clean, this and that for you, bro. But it's like, yo, like, what are you doing to make her wanna, provide those things for you? Like, you gotta bring something to the table too, bro. Like, you just can't sit there and just expect your woman to do 101 things for you and you just sitting back being a bum, bro. Like, that shit ain't gonna work, gang. Like, you gotta contribute something to the table too. So it's an equal thing. It's a really, it's not even a 50-50, it's 100%. Each of y'all gotta bring 100% when it comes to this whole relationship shit, because that's the only way that it's gonna work. Like, think about it, a relationship is like a boat, bro. Like, person A who is doing most of the work and doing most of the paddling on the boat, bro, after a while, they're going to get tired of paddling, because if this is one person paddling, bro, you're not going anywhere. You're just going in a fucking circle. So you got to be able to bring something to the table too, niggas. Gentlemen, men, let me not refer to you as niggas, but gentlemen, guys, you got to be able to bring something to the table too. You got to be able to focus on how can you become a better man? How can you set yourself up where, okay, where women look at you, they're like, okay, yeah, that's somebody I can see myself being with. That's somebody I can build with. Like, I always tell guys this, well, if you broke, you should have no intentions on dating nobody right now. Dating should not be on your mind if you are broke, because don't no girl want to date a broke nigga, bro. That's just the facts. That's the situation of what it is, bro. Girls don't want to date broke niggas. And I'm not telling you, bro, that you got to get your money. For me, that your only priorities should be getting your money up just so you can get some girls, bro. Like, no, like, do it for you as an individual. But just understand that just women aren't going to just date broke men. They don't want to date ambitious individuals. They want somebody who, okay, they can see themselves being with somebody who is a provider, a protector. For me, all those things. And it's one of those things where you kind of look in the media and it's like, yo, bro, like I said before, you're like, damn, if you not this nigga, are you the fucking 6 foot, 100K a year, good in bed, nigga? Like, are you even good enough? And that's why I feel like media, social media specifically, has ruined that concept. It's like, if you're not this individual, then you're not good enough. But come to tell you, bro, like you are. Like, and most people are average. Most of us are average, right? Most people are average. I'll say this again. Most people are average, bro. That just is what it is. So when you understand that, you sleep a lot better at night knowing that, okay, maybe I'm not going to get this nigga or I'm not going to get that nigga, the perfect nigga, but I still got a man who meets me in other criterias that I look for. For me, like, what happened to just want somebody who just cared for you, who had a decent paying job, and y'all could build together? What happened to shit like that? I was like, motherfuckers want the fucking the sun, the moon, the stars, and the fucking 8 other planets with it too. But it's like, yo, bro, sometimes niggas just ain't gonna have that shit, bro. It just is what it is, bro. Like, stop basing shit off of what you see and understand that the reality of the situation is most niggas, most people, most individuals just don't have it. Because why? Most people are average. And it's nothing wrong with being average, bro. Average is the norm. Like, it's what it is. A majority of people in the world are average, bro. So don't look at it like it's a bad thing when I'm saying this. But it's one of those things where you hear the word average and immediately has a negative connotation behind it. It's just, it is what it is. I'm sorry to tell you this. Another thing that I have an issue with is that I feel like I hear a lot of these times when I'll see on the media, right? Another thing I'll see on the media. I'm glad we're having this conversation. Where people be like, oh, I deserve this. No, you don't deserve nothing in life, right? Nothing in life is given to you. You earn everything that you get in life, whether that's relationships, a job opportunity, your money, all that shit is earned. You don't just fucking show up to the job interview and get the job, bro. You still have to apply and still interview and make yourself be a competitive candidate so the job will select you for that job. Or I'm gonna give you a better example. You don't get the job after the interview and then stop working, bro. No, you still put the work in because you still have to show that you're still an able-bodied candidate and show them why we selected you for this position over somebody else. A lot of times I see girls be like, oh, I deserve a good nigga. Why do you deserve a good nigga? Why? Or even niggas, they be like, well, niggas will tell you that you don't really see too much, excuse me, from guys, but you still see it here and there. To be like, well, I want my girl to do this, this, and this, and that. Like I said before, gentlemen, you can't make these demands, bro, if you're not in a position to make these demands. You have to be able to build yourself in a position where you can make these demands as an individual, right? So it's just one of those things where whatever happened to just, yo, you go outside, you fucking meet a nice girl, you guys have a conversation, you get each other's number, you meet up afterwards, you plan a day, whatever you do, and then you go about your business from there. Like, now all of a sudden it's like you gotta meet the criteria for if you want to slide into a girl's Instagram, you gotta at least, look aesthetically pleasing on the gram. You gotta have these 5-star pictures, be photogenic before she even decides to even respond back to you. And then if she responds back to you, then it's like you gotta hope that she not gonna say nothing foul. It's like, damn, bro, like whatever happened to just fucking, like, most of the times we used to just write notes in classes to girls and you could just be like, okay, yeah, like I like you. Do you like me? Yes or no? And it was that simple, bro. Now, in today's day and age, where you just see a lot of these, oh my God, this is, yo, bro, we need to stop. I don't want to like sound like I'm I'm shitting on nobody, bro, but it's just one of those things like, yo, but we just have to stop as individuals. And I feel like this shit is only prevalent in my community, bro. Out of these bullshit expectations, bro, it's only prevalent in my community, which that's gonna be another episode that I talk about why I hate my community sometimes. That's another episode later on down the line that I'm gonna really get into. But yeah, bro, it's like one of those things. It's like I don't see this from any other group of people. Any other group of people, bro. It's only my sisters, my brothers that I see acting this way, bro. Like, why is it that, you know, the Mexican can go out there and fucking, you know, work on houses all day or whatever carpentry work he does all day, or plumbing or whatever the shit may be, and he come back to his woman and feel me, she'll like, you know, still respect him and still understand, okay, like, well, my man is a hardworking man, so I'm still gonna give him that respect and that due diligence to, you know, be and serve my place and serve my role as an individual, right? Versus, like I said, it's only our community, but when you see this bullshit like this, it's like sometimes like what you do especially as a black man, it's like, yo, bro, like, damn, like, am I even good enough to even be my own people? Like, sometimes like, I look at my sisters and like, damn, bro, like, do y'all even like us? Do y'all even, like, general question, like, do y'all even like us? Because like sometimes how it comes off to me, it's like, yo, bro, like, I feel like there's like there's not a genuine respect across the board that I feel like black men receive from our sisters, bro. Like I said, that's a whole nother conversation that I will get into later on. But this is one of those things where it's like you kind of just see on a day-to-day basis how they interact with us. Like, it's like, I don't understand that. Maybe it's not something for me to understand at this current day, current age, current moment. It's just some things that I observed. You know, girls are going to be like, well, they feel like black men don't respect them, this, and that. But it's like, we can get into semantics and get into all these specifics and all that kind of bullshit another time. But I mean, I can bring the data, statistics, and facts to disprove points. But either way, that's not going to change how some people view whatever the situation is, may be. I'm just talking more so just in the broad scheme of things. I just feel like how it comes across to me as an individual, hence the term or the name of the podcast, My Perspective. This is just my perspective that I'm giving when it comes to this issue, right? Another thing about the media that I don't like, I feel like social media, it allows people to create false realities, right? Now, this whole topic that we're having, the whole conversation I'm discussing with y'all is about reality and how I feel like reality is ruined. But like I said, social media and the ability that allow people to create these false narratives, these false realities, that's why people feel like, okay, well, if this person is living like this or this person has this going on for themselves, then that must be what the situation is. But like I said, when the cameras is off, bro, like, what's that life like outside of that? So you got to be able to establish yourself as an individual, as an individual outside of the camera when the camera is off, when you're away from all the limelight, the glory, the this, and that you get from social media, all the likes and shares, this, and that. Who are you as an individual, right? Because at the end of the day, this whole media thing is really on a temporary purpose or a temporary time. Let me say that. It's only temporary. So yeah, you can, for the moment, you probably got, you know, the most likes and the most shares and the most views on a certain topic or a certain whatever. It's like, yo, bro, after that, what is it? What are you gonna say after that? And I don't want to sound like I'm just rambling, but it's just a lot of things that I don't fucking understand, bro. Like, I don't understand a lot of shit. Sometimes I look at it And I be having like that fucking Nick Young meme. If you ever seen that fucking Nick Young meme, bro, a lot of times I be having that fucking Nick Young meme when it comes to just shit that I see on the internet, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. It's drives me up a fucking wall when I see shit like that. But it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Because this is the trajectory that we're trending towards, bro. We're trending towards people living in these false realities, creating these false narratives. And it's like, at the end of the day, what are you gonna do about it? All I can do is bring awareness to the situation and allow people to just understand the perspective of, okay, like, if we don't kind of change the behavior, like, this is gonna be the trajectory. This is the direction that we're heading into. But we're heading into where people create more of these false narratives, and we just, if somebody doesn't meet these expectations that we have, then they're not good enough. We just deem them like, fuck it. You're like the scum of the fucking earth. Like, what was the I saw the other day. I don't know what her name was, but it was some lady saying that she wouldn't date a bus driver, right? And so I watched that entire interview. She was on the Breakfast Club too, so I watched that entire interview, right? And a lot she did a lot of backtracking, right? From what the original thing that she said versus what she was saying on the Breakfast Club. It was a lot of backtracking. But what I kind of got from that, bro, it was like her as an individual was like, came across like she was shitting on the working class. It's like shit like that you'll see. And it's like, yo, bro, people don't understand that like I said before, most individuals in the world are average, bro. And like I said, it's nothing wrong with being average. Like, people make it seem like if you're not fucking owning a business, if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're not making 6 figures or more in a year, then you're just you don't fucking matter. But out of the time, bro, these hardworking individuals, these everyday blue collar people, bro, these motherfuckers make the world go round, bro. Like, people be having to understand that, bro, being a social media influencer, a fucking a YouTuber, a podcaster, whatever form of entertainment, bro, that shit is nothing in comparison to what you have to do. These everyday blue collar people do, these bus drivers, these people who work the subway, these people who drive the cabs, these people the teachers, all these blue collar jobs, but people don't understand the importance of those. So, bro, I would never shit on somebody who does hard work, blue collar work, bro, because these niggas is the most important to our society, bro. So when I saw shit like that, I seen that, bro, I'm like, damn, like, is this what we come to? Like, and her being like a black woman, like, and then she tried to mask it up by saying that she wants more, or which, not to even knock, like, cause she did have some valid points when it came to like wanting more for her people, but the way how she went about it, bro, and the rhetoric was just like, a lot of it came across to me was like, it wasn't any like, okay, how can we solve this as an entire group or entire population? It was more so like, well, one-off and like individual solutions versus like, okay, if you're really down for the cause, what's the plan for the group? That's how it came across to me. And like I said, she did have some valid points in there, but I'm looking at things in the bigger picture, and like, that's really what stuck out to me. Like, okay, if we're gonna go in that direction, have a plan for us as a people, but don't shit on the average everyday working brothers, bro. Or feel me, like, shit like that be bothering me. Like, so when I see, oh my gosh, bro, I really, because I'm gonna save this for another episode, because it bothers me, bro. Like, bothers me so fucking much when I see this shit, bro. Like, and it's like, you can't even say nothing as a man, bro. Because nowadays, if you have an opinion, if you say anything that rebuttals what a girl says, bro, then you're sassy or this, and that, bro. Motherfuckers don't be trying to hear that. But me as a nigga, I don't be giving a fuck, bro. Because calling somebody sassy, calling me sassy, that shit ain't gonna stop me from getting my fucking point across, regardless of the fact, right? But I just wish that we would do better as a group. As fucking people. We just need to do fucking better, bro. Do fucking better. It's no reason that we are in these. It's like our mindsets are so like fucking Neanderthals, bro. Like some of us, like I be seeing this how so many people think, bro. It's like, do you have a fucking brain, or is that shit just somewhere where it's not supposed? Like cabeza, bro. Like for me, use that, bro. Like, do you hear the shit that you're saying? Like, do you understand how unrealistic that is? But I don't want everyone to make it seem like it's the majority of people, because it's not the majority of individuals. But it's like it's those bunches out there that just ruin it for the majority of people. It's like, what do you do? It's not every girl, it's not every guy, but everything nowadays is so oversaturated to the point where you don't know how to separate the individuals who are okay, understand what the times are and what it is, and how to for me, how relationships actually work versus those delusional ones, those fucking superficial, shallow-minded people. Stay away from the shallow-minded, superficial individuals, bro, because they will ruin your fucking life. Like when I look at dating, bro, I look at your grandparents, bro. Most of our grandparents are married 30, 40, 50 plus years because they understood that relationships are more than just individuals, bro. It's bigger than that, especially marriages. Marriage is more than just two individuals. It's about building generations behind you, bro. It's about establishing, okay, once we come together and we take our covenant or take our oath and our covenant with God, bro, our plan is to fulfill our duty of building for the generations to come. Like I look at marriage really as in, and I forgot what his name, Dr. Umar Johnson. He said this, he articulated it so well. He said, which I agree, because that's the perfect way to describe marriage. Marriage is an economical contract between two individuals, bro. Like, so everything else after love, bro. I mean, everything, excuse me, let me not say that. Love is not the main priority, or it shouldn't be the main priority when it comes to marriage. I feel like that's a lot of times where people kind of get it misconstrued. Not to say that love shouldn't exist or love isn't important, but I'm saying love shouldn't be the main thing when it comes to marrying somebody, right? I know that sounds crazy as fuck when you hear somebody say that. Because the moment, if you allow love to be the guiding factor for fucking your marriage, bro, I feel like at any point, bro, you could fall out of love with somebody, bro. Like, and then that shit could just spiral out of control and you just fucking ruin what's being built. Then you fucking say that you guys marry, you have like 3-4 kids with each other, and you fucking divorce, and now you just ruin the whole fucking family dynamic because of whatever the situation may be. Now, I feel like, I know I keep saying I feel like, but it's just how I feel, bro. It really is just how I feel. I know I'm going a lot of different areas, and I'm trying to get you guys to understand my point and what I'm saying. But it's like, marriage is one of those things where if you aren't looking to, okay, we in this for the long haul, bro, then don't get married. Don't get married. Because they'd be like, well, my grandfather or this and that was cheating on my grandmother, blah, 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 blah. But grandma never left granddad because grandma understood that, okay, it's bigger than that. Like, it's more to fucking the relationship than my individual happiness. Not to say, like I said, not to say that shit doesn't matter, bro, but it doesn't take priority over the family, in my opinion. I feel like that shit should never take priority over the kids, maintaining the family dynamic. That shit should just come second, because you got to be able to understand, bro, that that's important. Maintaining this family dynamic is very important. Because like I said, then you fall out of love with somebody, you get, divorced, and it just creates a whole ugly situation. It's just like ruining your own homes. Which, I'm sorry, bro. I just have, it's a lot. I know I'm all over the place right now, but it's just a lot that I have on my mind when it comes to these kind of situations and these topics, bro. That I just have to get it out. I have to get it out because a lot of times when I hear people talk about this, people just it's like what? And then we giving these people a platform to spew these idiotic ideologies and this bullshit, bro. It's like, yo, bro, what? Like, what? What, bro? But I feel like, listen, if that superficial lifestyle and all that shit works for you, then let it work for you. I am nobody. You could take my opinion, wipe your ass with it. I don't give two fucks. I'm just giving you my perspective on the whole topic, bro. Like, I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot to get into. And I don't want this to be one of those things where it's like we're just so caught up in these nonsensical lifestyles and these nonsensical expectations that we just forget what life is about. Life is about people, bro. And this is real talk. Like, life is about individuals. Life is about people. You don't make it through life on your own, bro. You meet people, you develop relationships, you build bonds, and that's how you get through life. So don't ever think, bro, that you're better than anybody. Don't ever think that people are beneath you or like you're just like the creme de la creme, bro. Because at the end of the day, bro, nigga, we all bleed the same blood. We all breathe the same oxygen. So ain't nobody better than nobody, bro. Like, I just hate these people who walk around like they shit don't stink, bro. Like, some of y'all really walk around like y'all shit don't stink, bro. Like me, I can never act like I'm better than nobody, bro. Cause who the fuck am I? Who the fuck am I to look down on somebody or I'm just me. Like, bro, this topic is so like, I don't know if I was gonna deep dive into it, but I really was all over the place. But bro, this conversation can really be like ongoing forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever, bro. Cause it's one of those things where it's like, where, how do I say this? This topic is I'll put it like this. This is a very ongoing conversation that can be had for hours and hours and hours. You can deep dive into it as much as you fucking want to. But at the end of the day, if people aren't going to adhere to what you're saying, bro, it is pointless to converse with them. It is pointless to share your ideas with them. It is pointless to do anything with these individuals who are so caught up and not hearing what you have to say or so caught up in only hearing what they have to say. So you trying to fucking lose your fucking mind and get people to understand, get people to see these things, bro. It's pointless. People are only going to adhere to it if they fucking want to. So don't waste your time, which is what I'm not going to do. All I'm going to do, is just share my ideas when it comes to these topics. Say how I feel and leave it there. Now, we can definitely have discourse about it. I feel like discourse is the first start into fixing or creating the solution to the problem. Because once we start to talk about it, we then it's like, okay, you shine a light on it. And it's like, okay, what steps can we take to now fix the problem? Which is very important. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, females and males, whatever you want to be called, theys, thems, he, she's, it's, tigers, bears, lions, whatever. Fuck them. Fuck them, bro. Fuck them. If you don't care what I have to say, I don't care. Because I could give two shits. I'm just going to continuously share my perspective on these topics. And just let people know that some of y'all be tripping. Some of you niggas and women, I say niggas, some of you males and females be tripping, bro. Y'all be tripping. I ain't gonna lie, my allergies been fucking me up like the last few days. So excuse me if I sound like I'm like a little stuffed up. I just been dying from fucking allergies, bro. But so like I said, excuse me for that. But yeah, bro, fuck them. Get your money up. Love yourself. Keep God first. Because you know, when there's a will, there's a way. He's a bridge over troubled waters. You know, he may not come when you need him, but he's always on time. So if you worry about God, getting your money up, getting right with Christ, amen, keeping a good head on your shoulders, being a great individual, a great person, who gives a fuck what anybody else has to say, right? Because at the end of the day, you matter as a person. Your feelings matter. All these things matter. So if a majority of us are seeing things, I know I'm kind of going a little left field, but so if a majority of us are seeing things in a way that the small, minute people aren't seeing them, bro, why worry about the small, minute, bro? Why worry about them? They don't matter. They're just the small individuals. They're this. They don't make up the masses. The masses are what matter. So stick with people who share your same viewpoints. Date women who understand what it is. Date men who understand what it is. Don't date these superficial. Don't date these nomadic people. Don't date these Neanderthals. Don't date them. Date people who understand it. Surround yourself with people who understand what it is. The actual reality of the world. And not this fucking made up shit that social media has created for people. Because at the end of the day, like I said, when this fucking camera, even when this camera comes off, for me, when this camera comes off, when that phone camera comes off, when people start liking your pictures and sharing your videos and commenting under that shit, bro, who are you as a person? Motherfuckers be having like 1 million followers, be having blue checks verified, and be fucking empty on the inside, bro. These niggas be soulless, spiritual. These niggas be soulless, bro. No spirituality, nothing, bro. These be soulless people. So who are you? Who are you as a person? Who are you as an individual? I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. It was a pretty short episode for tonight. But yeah, bro, like these are just some things where I just want people to understand that, yo, we just have to do better as people. It's no reason why these fucking God, bro. I don't want to sound like a fucking broken record, but I don't get it, bro. And maybe it's not for me to get. It's one of the things where it's just not for me to get. And fuck it. Maybe it's something I'll just never understand. But that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the My Perspective Podcast. Like I said, I do apologize. My allergies been fucking killing me all over the place. So excuse me if I was just sound like I was out of it for tonight. But yeah, you guys, like I said, leave a comment, share. Let's have some discourse about it. That will wrap up tonight's episode. You guys are amazing. And remember, Tupac sucks. Keep God first. Lakers going to the chip. LeBron's the GOAT. Kobe's second. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is a fraud. Other than that, you guys have a great time, and thank you again for watching and tuning in with the My Perspective Podcast with your host, Ron B, aka Duran.